Jeffrey Hinton said that we'll have to be plumbers if we don't learn how to work with AI. I think he
said, plumber, did he?
Yeah, because like we're still not there with robotics to do certain tasks, especially like when every house is custom, right? So it's not a standardized task. But with intelligence, it's like we're getting to a point where, people either learn to do something with hands or become entrepreneurs and use AI to bring their ideas to life, or then you're out.
No, but I think it's making all of us way more creative because people have access to tools in a way they never had before, right? Not just access to information, but access to experimentation. So you can take an idea, generate the product for it in an image, you can generate the technical specification, you can get the documentation for your marketing campaign. So you can simulate all of these things ahead of time before you've even built and deployed something.
What if you're not entrepreneurial enough? I'm just thinking about people who are like, I just want to do like standard thing every single day.
Yeah.
And I just feel good about it.
Right. But is that an AI problem or is that
I think it's an AI because those
human problem?
Because like those standardized tasks, something that's super repeatable is being replaced.
Yeah, but it depends on your default assumption about the human condition. I don't believe that the majority of people do want to work on a toothpaste packing line, just screwing in the top of a toothpaste tube. I think that people want creative work. I think people want to pursue their passions. They want to, be led by their own interests and curiosity. And we shouldn't valorize or, sort of idolize like routine work. Most people, I think many people do jobs that they would love to get rid of and pursue their passion. And I think AI lowers the barrier to entry to you pursuing your passion. Quite often you might be in a partnership with your husband or your wife or your best friend, and they might not be as interested in collecting stamps or, sort of like keeping snails or, great shoes as you are, right? And then that's unfortunate. Like now, you have an AI that knows everything that you could possibly think of, about your stamp passion.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool.
What about adjusting to the speed at which AI is developing?
During the Industrial Revolution, workers destroyed machines that replaced them. Could something like that happen again?
That's natural. It's healthy to express fear and frustration publicly and be open and vocal about it. We shouldn't shame it. People are afraid.
Yeah.
And it's very understandable. But the history of science and technology tells us that net, these tend to be, or at least so far, they have been incredibly positive transitions we've made. Like automation has lifted billions of people out of poverty. Our average life expectancy over the last 250 years has gone from about 30 to about 75, right? That's unbelievable. Like that people are living 3 times longer pretty much. And that's as a result of all of these discoveries and all this science and so on. So I think so far so good. And I do think that the trend is headed in the right direction. It doesn't mean that there won't be consequences and side effects. And like you have to be very open-minded to that and very like conscious of it. It is going to happen.
Do you think in our case we'll have UBI to
I hope
work
so.
with that problem? Because we've never had it before, and you think this is the time?
I think we do have it. I mean, that's what our taxation system does. It decides who to, redistribute from and who to redistribute to, and it incentivizes certain types of behavior.
I like how you think about it.
And so we do have a large scale redistribution mechanism today.
Yeah.
Wealthier people do pay more taxes than people who don't, pretty
in
much.
In the US.
Sort of. That's pretty roughly true. It's true. Certainly income tax, not so much on capital gains tax, it's true. And so we've done redistribution before and we'll have to do redistribution again. I mean, the truth is these are labor replacing technologies and you can debate the timelines, but I think you can certainly say by 2050, like in 25 years' time, I think there's going to be significant structural disemployment. I think that a large portion of the population are going to struggle to compete in the workplace with AIs, and we're going to have to decide whether to shorten the working week or whether to, increase taxes on some portion of capital, or indeed like some portion of high earning incomes, and how to redistribute that, because that's what civilization is about. It's about bringing everybody with us and not just, a few.
100%. And do you think the governments will be working on that, or large companies who have?
I think the governments have to lead it. I mean, it needs to be democratically accountable, and there's no question that it needs to be led by governments. But companies are gonna be the ones footing the bill. Companies are going to be the ones that are driving this massive transition. I mean, Bill Gates said many years ago now, like 6 or 7 years ago, that we need a robot tax. The only way to do it is to tax the robots, right? And tax, essentially what that means is tax capital. Because intelligence, which was previously the domain of labor, like people, is now getting converted into capital. It's going to be turned into a commodity that can be sold and resold infinitely. And so that's where the value transition is going to happen. And so taxation has to follow that value transition.
Enjoying this clip? My name is Marina Magilko. I am an immigrant in Silicon Valley, but I'm also a creator who is based in Silicon Valley and is genuinely excited about everything that's going on. On my main channel, you'll find full interviews and deep dives, entrepreneurship, careers, AI, immigration, investing, all the stuff that helps you grow. Subscribe to that channel. Link is in the description. So you don't just get highlights, you get the full story.